Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about binding. I have several strips that I have cut on grain from fabric that I have just measured out from the dimensions of my quilt. So I will measure all four sides of my quilt, add those together, and then divide by 42, or the length of fabric, the width of fabric that you're working with. And then that will tell you how many strips you'll round up. So if you have, get 5.6 strips, you'll need 6 strips. If you just do 5, you'll have not enough. So that's what I am doing today. I have my strips all cut and I'm going to start sewing them together. All I'm going to do is place 2 ends of strips right sides together, and I'm going to stitch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm just using my walking foot because I use that to attach my binding. So I am now going to take the piece that's on top here, and I'm going to turn it to be right sides up, the other end of it. And then I'm going to take another piece that needs to be joined, and I'm going to flip that on top right sides together and stitch again. Now you don't have to chain piece your strips this way, but I think it's really handy. So I'm going to again take this top piece now, find the other end, pull it forward, right sides up, and then I'll take another piece of binding, lay it right sides together, and stitch. Okay, so now all these pieces are joined, so I'm going to cut them apart. And now I just have one long continuous piece of binding. So what I'm going to do is go to my ironing board, and I'm going to press all of these seams open, and then I'm going to press all of my binding wrong sides together to get this double fold binding. Okay, so I'm here at my ironing board. I have my iron on, and I am going to press my binding, and then I'm going to roll it onto this old spool that I just have a piece of tape. I use this to keep my bindings organized. It'll end up looking like this. So I can make a binding, wrap it around a spool, stick a pin in it, and just wait until I'm ready to bind that quilt. And then it's really easy. I just pop this extra spool on my secondary thread pin on my machine, and it unravels as I need. So I'm going to start by finding an end here. And what I'll do is I'll start by pressing a good bit, maybe a yard or so, of my binding strip together, wrong sides together to create this double fold binding. I am using my wool pressing mat, which I absolutely love. And I have this mini iron, steam fast mini iron. You can see that, which I also really love. I don't really use it for steam, but it's really ergonomic. I love that it's so lightweight. I can press a lot of things without my wrist starting to hurt from my bigger, heavier iron. Okay, and on each of these seams, like I said, I'm going to press them open with my finger first, and then I will fold those seams together. Okay, so I have pressed a good bit here, so I am now going to wrap this onto my spool. So I'm just going to start by peeling this tape up, sticking it down under one side, and rolling, rolling, rolling. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it is really handy to use these for your bindings. And I'll go as far as I have pressed, stick a pin in it, and that will hold my spot. I can just set it over here and I can keep pressing more binding.